as you want to start. Perfect. So we'll get things rolling. I need a mover, seconder, motion to approve the agenda. Justin, Eric, all in favor? We're good. Minutes from January 5th, 2002 or 2022. Mover, seconder. All right, Martin, I've got Justin. Any questions or discussions on that? All right, looks like we're good. Business arising from the minutes. Any comments or commentary from anybody out there with regards to the minutes? Seeing none.
Yeah, sorry, through
sorry.
you, Mr. Chair.
Yeah,
So they're the 2022 budget for the City of Cornwall contribution confirmation from the CEO Adams that the City of Cornwall is committed to the budget that was budgeted amount that was passed by the commission. I see Treasurer Bailey online that could confirm that maybe as well.
Absolutely. The amount approved by City Council, 110,126.
That's correct. Thank you.
fair enough. Thanks, Tim. Anything else from anybody else before we move on? Okay, so I see the budget contribution has already kind of been discussed. I guess, Stephen, you're up, airport manager updates. Anything you need to show us? I don't know if we need to see the report. There we go.
All right. So our new tenant is in as of yesterday. They haven't started operating yet, but they have 5 airplanes here now, all on the property that they're leasing. Let's see, few challenges so far, but we're getting there. He's asking me for different things like a fuel account, which is no, we pay by credit card like everybody else, the discount card. Putting more airplanes on the main apron, which was a hard no. We have a parking area if you like, and you can rent spots over there and bring them over to your hangar. So we're working through it, but we'll see how it goes. I have checks in hand, so payment has been made, and we'll move forward. I don't know the RFPs, if you want to discuss them now or later. I'm not sure how that's going to go.
I'm at the whim of the committee. If you want to bang through it now, I don't. Is there
Or
anybody? I guess
just give
perhaps Stephen just finish kind of the overall report and then kind of go backwards. Does that make sense? Is everybody okay with that? I think I got everybody. Nobody's raising a ruckus, so I guess we're good. Okay, carry on, Stephen, please. Thank you.
Okay. So our 2022 insurance is all in place. So we have $25 million of liability insurance at a cost of $7,668.15, up 5% from last year. That's with the same company, AON Insurance. Our infrastructure insurance, Megan Bingley at Roseau is handling us, and she found us a better price with a different company. So we're now going to be insured by Economical Insurance to the same terms as the previous policy, same value, same everything, at a cost savings of $967. So that's that. Megan did make a suggestion, and I'm not sure how this works, but she asked if the members of the commission are covered with any kind of insurance in case of a legal
In case we get sued.
matter. So I'm not sure if you folks are being politicians or on council. Maybe you are already covered for this kind of stuff, but it's something to think about anyway for everyone. Yeah, and I'll get copies of the policies to put into the permanent records at the next meeting once I receive them. Things going on. The terminal trailer water supply finally had a failure. It's been freezing pretty regularly over the winters. We've been trying to stay ahead of it, but this year it froze and actually split a pipe. So it took me a few days. My son-in-law is a plumber, so between the two of us, we got it fixed, and we've kind of modified it and taken the plumbing out of the walls and put them on the interior walls, so to prevent freezing in the future. And I had the septic tank emptied. Not too exciting, but in preparation for our new tenant. So this month I'll be preparing all the land lease invoices and the parking invoices. The CPI for 2021 has been set at 3.4%. So that'll be our increase to all those customers. And that's about it for exciting. The rest is pretty straightforward. Our fuel sales are a little dismal this January compared to last. So we'll hope, a lot of year to go yet, so we'll hope for a recovery there. You can see those numbers.
Okay, so any questions, comments? Anybody have something they want to throw out there? I can only see parts. I'm going to flip by. There we go. We're good. Anybody have a comment or sentiment with regards to the report? Not seeing really much of anything. I guess, Stephen, if you can go to the tender as part of the agenda. So tender 01-2021. I don't know if you want to make a comment on that. I see it's on the agenda.
Yeah, so we only received 2, and the 2 we received are the 2 neighboring properties, Herbie and Karen Aiken to the east, and Evan and David Smits to the west, the farms to the west. They both submitted proposals. When you have a chance to go through them, you'll see they're very different. So just on the surface, the obvious choice is the Aikens. It's a 10-year proposal with a much lower payback value if we had to pay them out. The work is going to be done by Glengarry Land Clearing for Herbie and Karen Aiken, who are licensed to do the job and very capable of doing the job. And then to the west, the Smiths have a quote from Dave Vogel Excavation to do the work. Another good company, very qualified. So, but a bigger dollar value and much longer term.
So that being said, any comment, sentiment? One quick question from the chair, Stephen. Do you need us to approve that? I assume what, by next meeting, or what kind of, from a timeline did you have in mind?
I would say next meeting would definitely be good. I mean, they won't be able to do much work. Well, I guess maybe they could work in February nowadays. Yeah, they do work all year round. The sooner the better, I guess. I'm not sure if Martin is on in the meeting here.
Yeah,
He's our agricultural expert. I was thinking about his opinion.
Martin, certainly anything you have to add, by all means, go for it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how many, I read it today, but I didn't see a copy of the 2 proposals till today, and I'm wondering if some of the board members haven't even had a chance to read it yet.
I have not.
So I'm looking for a little guidance on what people think. I do think we should award it as soon as possible, because I think when they're giving you a certain number of years, they're going to definitely want to get working as soon as they can, because they're going to want to get a crop next year if they possibly can, because a whole year's crop is a big deal when you're bidding 10, 15, 16 years. So I don't want to hold them up too much, but I think the committee or the commission should have a chance to look them over. I read them quickly, and I know Sam did, because him and I were chatting on the phone a little bit about it. So if we give everybody a chance to look it over, do we want to wait a full month to make the decision, or do you want to put a little committee together, or do you want to call a special meeting, Dean, and just
it's whatever, from my perspective, it's whatever the committee wants to do.
I'd like everybody to have a chance to read it, look it over, and I'd like a little more time to look it over, and then I think we should let them know as soon as possible. So let's see what everybody else says.
I have no problem with a short meeting, but whatever. I've got, everybody wants to talk. So Sam, I saw your name, go.
Yeah, I'd say the same as Martin. I got a good idea of what's written down there, and it's I think there obviously there is a big difference between the 2 quotes, but there was some outstanding information I think that's missing whenever you get looking into them. For anybody who hasn't had a chance to go into them in depth, there's a little discrepancy whether on one of the applications, and one of them's very detailed, one of them's not. But one of them, it seems like maybe there's missing some information, or maybe some of the math isn't adding up. So maybe we can get any concerns with them, we can maybe and
Breaking up on me a little bit, Sam.
Oh,
Okay, so any other speakers? I thought I saw Eric and Justin both up. Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, look, I would just have a special meeting in like 2 weeks. I think if we have any questions we want to follow up with, we do it now or, you know, by email over the next 2 weeks. But I think this doesn't need to wait a month. It's two options and it's pretty straightforward. So I just haven't had enough of a chance. It just came in early today.
Fair enough. Justin, you want to throw your
Yeah.
2 cents worth?
Basically just repeating what everyone has said already. I don't think we need to wait a month. If we can get a special meeting in 2 weeks, that'd be good. But yeah, I just need a bit more time.
Now, from a bureaucratic perspective, do we need a motion for 2 weeks, Mr. Mill, Tim, or can we just kind of leave it being understood that you guys can schedule a Teams meeting for us, or what would you suggest? Crystal, whoever wants to tackle it, or Stephen, whoever wants to throw it out there.
No, I just wanted to add one thing. On the Herbie and Karen Aiken quote, I do have a dollar value. I did go back to them when I saw there was no dollar value on it, on the quote, on the request or the proposal. So I do have a dollar value for now of $50,000, which is quite different than the other one. So
Fair enough.
just wanted to-
Well, through, Mr. Chair.
Yep.
So what's different there is we have a one-page application or request for, and what we have is also a quote from one applicant who has got a quote from a contractor that's broken down with a lot of specifics. So my recommendation to the commission would be through Mr. Small to get something similar so that we're comparing apples and apples. And further, Mr. Vogel has indicated there may be some additional costs, which included, I'm just trying to get it here. Sorry, just give me a second. There are some additional costs that within the Vogels that talks about stones on hill will be extra. If clearing takes less time, the cost could be decreased. And they've actually within our description broken it right down with acreage and the tile drainage and added the HST. So I think we should get something similar so that we're comparing the quality, the amount of work, what work's being done, and the quality of work we can expect, because it's our land. So
Fair enough.
not being someone who's in agriculture, I don't know if that made any sense, but I'll defer that to the two counselors that are.
it did. I would agree to that, Mr. Mills, just based on looking at the numbers at 50,000 to tile 42 acres. That's not a whole lot of money, especially when there's 16 acres to clear. So to me, I that would concern me on the dollar value, just on the quality of the job. I mean, I know Mr. Smith and he does a good job, but that just that number seems awful low.
Yeah, I'll agree. I'd just like to see a little more detail. I mean, and if it comes in and everything's straightforward, I think it'll be an easy decision after that. But at the moment, I just want to see all the details. So
Can we get that done, Stephen, in the next 2
Absolutely.
weeks?
Absolutely. yeah.
So I guess, do we need maybe I'll ask for a motion then to hold a meeting in 2 weeks, Sam, Justin, so meeting in 2 weeks to discuss this particular tender and any other outstanding information that's necessary. Does that make sense? Got a mover, seconder? Any discussion? All in favor? All right, we're done. 2 weeks for that. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Moving along, correspond or new business. Do we have anything under new business that needs to be discussed? Seeing nothing, seeing no hands. Correspondence. Any correspondence that needs to be discussed? Looks like we're good. So I see on the agenda, we have a closed session. So I'm going to need a mover and a seconder to go into closed. Sam, Martin, all in favor of moving into closed? Carried.